Wrocław is one of the oldest cities in Poland, and for the whole of its history, it was the center of life in the region. Now it managed to become one of the best tourist destinations in the country. Wrocław attracts tourists with its beautiful architecture, plenty of cultural events, and the unique vibe of the city. Hello everyone from Wrocław. Now I'm standing in the center of this medieval and a very interesting and charming city of Poland. I think, in my opinion, it's one of the best Polish cities for travelers, for people from other countries, because it's a really lovely and charming place. And now I'm standing near the Ratusz, or city center, city council center. Earlier, when this building, this Ratusz, was built, it was not only the administrative center of the city of, I think, almost any medieval city, not only a place where some trades were conducted, but earlier it was also a main attraction and some presentation of the city. And usually when in different medieval cities, citizens decided to build a Ratusz in one or other style, it was a meaning of a presentation of the city, because thoughts about the city was often connected with the view of the Ratusz. And here in Wrocław we can find a beautiful Ratusz. It was built in Gothic style. I also really like these balconies. They look really stunning, and in some ways they look so like an Venetian balconies or Italian balconies. And now this Ratusz, it looks really nice in the city center of Wrocław. And also, like the city, the Ratusz wasn't built once, it was rebuilt, and some parts were added a lot of times to this Ratusz, but the final version that we can find today is a great attraction of this city. And let's start our today's video from Wrocław, from this place. Also in Wrocław you can find a really interesting, I'd like to say it's now a symbol of the city, and it is these gnomes, small gnomes. They can be found almost in any part of the center, and it's a great touristic attraction, because several decades ago in Wrocław they decided to make these gnomes, and now they are in different places. For example, like here we can find this gnome with an ice cream, and it is located near the ice cream cafe. And now you can find really very much of these gnomes. Some years ago it was like a quest to find them, because not all of them are really obvious, but now even here where I'm standing, I can see another one gnome, and from some places you can, without any quest, you can simply see 4 or 5 gnomes now there are a lot of these small sculptures in the city. There's also tourist information that is only about these gnomes, where you can find, I think, a map of gnomes too, and you can try to make a photo with each of these gnomes, but I think that now it became much harder than it was previously. Anyway, great symbol of the city and great way to create an attraction and create some touristic site from your head, with your hands. If we are talking about market squares of different medieval cities, how do they look right now? It can be two main variants. It can be simply without any buildings, or with some houses, with some buildings. Like here in Wroclaw, we can find in the center of the market square a lot of buildings. It's also similar to Poznań. Also, we can find Sutenice in Krakow and some other places, some other cities in Poland. They also with some constructions in the center of the market square. And how they appeared here. It's pretty simple. In the beginning, it was only some market places, some points for trades, and after some years or some centuries, they have approvals for more stable buildings, for some construction, and it changed to buildings and some even hotels for some administrative buildings right now, like here in Wrocław. And once in my life I even stayed here in the city center, in the heart of Wrocław, and it's a really interesting feeling, because usually you are going to the city center to see some sights, to eat something in restaurants, to entertain yourself, but if you are living in the center of Market Square, you can walk somewhere else and then come back to the heart of the city and simply sleep here. You can find some apartments here. I think even some hotels are available right now in this center of Market Square of Wrocław, and if you will have a possibility to stay here, it will be a great decision. Near the center, in the south part of the Wrocław city center, you can find also a line of parks, some promenade, boulevards, and it looks like in Krakow, where we can also find some plants around the center. But here it is also near the river, so you can walk near the river, and there is a really nice walking zone. So if you are going to Wrocław, it will be a great idea not only to see some sites of Wrocław, see some attractions, but also to walk in this promenade zone and to sit here and to feel this city in that place, especially if the weather is good. here in Wrocław also located one of my favorite monuments, not only in Poland, but from any monuments that I ever seen. And it is the Passage. It has name the Passage, and it's about a fight against communism. And it's like a memory of repressions, a memory of these people who fought with the regime. And a lot of them we don't even know. We don't know who exactly, and even we don't know exactly the number of people who were the survivors of these repressions. But here is a really interesting story behind this monument too, because first it was made as an installation, and it was here only for a couple of weeks, and for years and years it was stored in some place, and at the end, when the government thought that it will be a good time to make some monument for survivors of communist repressions, they found this exactly this idea, and it is made one-to-one from the original installation, and now it is a monument for fighters against the communism. But of course, any person can find their own senses from this monument, because it's really very strong. It evokes a lot of feelings, I think, in any person. I remember even myself when I first saw this monument. It was early in the morning. I think it was something like 5 o'clock in the morning. It was it wasn't sun at this time, and also none of the people also were on the streets, not like now. And I got very strong impressions from this monument. Any person can find their own sense from this monument. For me, it's also about work, about some persons who are going to their work, and they resurrect from the work to their real life after the end of their work. And I think that this sense can also be found in this monument. But of course, anyone can find their own sense. So I'm now in Wrocław, I think for 8th or 7th time in my life, and it's one of the cities which you would like to explore really slow, because it's an interesting city with very complicated but nice history, with great architecture, and for me it is my opinion that it's better to explore some cities in slow pace, because you can simply go to any place once again and to watch anything that you didn't already in your second trip or third trip. And if we are talking about Wrocław, this city is very suited for this kind of exploration. And even now, when I came today to Wrocław, I came only for one day, and I don't want to run in fast pace here. I just want to walk and have my pleasure from a slow exploration. There is even some movement. Its name is Cheetah Soul. It's like soul food, but about cities. I think it was born in Italy, and as I know, Wrocław isn't a city from this movement, but I think that it suits really good to Wrocław. Here near the main market square of Wrocław, also located Salt Square, where I think trade of salt was previously, and now it is a small square. And here you can find a really nice place to eat. It's not really connected with Wrocław, it's a burger bar, but it's really an interesting one with very delicious burgers. It's Moa Burger restaurant. You can find it in the center of Wrocław, and the second place is in the city center of Krakow. Only 2 points in Poland, but it's worth it. Especially if you like burgers, you should come here and try one of them. A lot of different recipes of burgers with beef, even with lamb, with chicken, and some other variants. Some craft beer can be found here too. And today I bought for myself Moa burger. It's a special burger, and it's with beetroot, with ananas, with bacon, barbecue sauce, and quite uncommon combination with a great taste. And if you like burgers, you should definitely visit this place in Wrocław.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away? Show us where we are. What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder. How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down?
Also near the city center of Wrocław, you can find a couple of islands, several islands, and this view to a river. It is an old part of the city too. Right now we can find some new buildings here, but I think that they looks quite nice right here. And you can rent some boat here, or go to a boat cruises. I definitely recommend to do it if you will have time for this in Wrocław, because this city looks completely different from the river side, and it's also a good entertainment. And in this place, one of my favorite places in Wrocław, I want to finish this video. I will definitely like to film another videos from Wrocław. Subscribe to this channel and post comments to this video, and see you in new travel videos. Bye!
Stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where